What are the most practical, spiritual, and energetic beliefs you have?
Well, I don't want to be cliche. People have people talk about manifestation, right? Manifestation is real, but not because your mind manages to magically attract the things you want. Goals are something you put on the wall to motivate yourself, right?
Right.
Goals are motivating. So if you want to buy a car, you put the car on the wall and it motivates you to go to work to get the car. So that's a goal. Goals are for motivation. I don't work on motivation. I work on discipline. So I don't have a set goal. I just get up and do what I know I'm supposed to do. I don't work to try and afford that car. I work because I'm supposed to work. And then I can already afford that car and another one and another one and a boat and a plane and a house and another house and a land. And then I just work. I do my work. That is my duty as a man, is my duty to God. I train in the gym. It is my duty to God. I do my duties to God. I fulfill my duty. I'm an old school gentleman of honor and respect. I like people who sit and say, I don't know what to do, so I'm going to do something. I don't know what to do, so I'm going to just do something positive. I didn't know how to get out of jail, so I just did push-ups. I don't know how to make Bitcoin go up. I'm going to buy an old lady groceries. I don't know what to do, but inaction in and of itself is an action. And it is choosing to be feminine and allow the universe to decide your fate. And men of honor do not allow the universe to decide for them. They decide their fate. And you decide your fate with hard work and vigor in all things. The hardest thing, the largest obstacle you have to overcome for me to send you $1 million today is convincing me that you're the kind of person who refuses to lose, because now you have my money. So I have to sit and think, if I give this person my money, will they treat my money the way I would? Are they really prepared to do anything it takes to win? Because if so, my money is safe. My money is at risk with people who want to just sit and hope the universe gives them things. My money is not safe with the feminine mind. It is safe with the masculine essence. That may not make sense to the layman. That may not make sense to the average person, but it made perfect sense to me. There's a certain number that must be completed, so let's get to work. Now, you can sit and tell me that my push-ups didn't get me out of jail. You could say my lawyer got me out of jail, or that the judge let me out of jail, or time let me out of jail. I'll sit here and say I was supposed to do X amount of thousand push-ups, and I completed them, and now I'm home. Raw action solves all. It is a mindset, the feminine mind. I'll sit and it will come to me. God does not reward men that way. God rewards men who attack the world. You have to go and get things. You have to show that you deserve them. Even in mating, men go get the woman. Men go get money. Men go take land. Men go. We go and happen to the world. The world doesn't happen to us. We live in a comfortable world now where people think, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you know what? To some degree, it does matter. It does matter. And I'm going to tell you who it matters to. It matters to your soul and it matters to God. I stand in the mirror with a pure heart. I know I am the best version of me that could possibly ever exist. I know that God is proud of me. There's nothing that God hates more than sloth and laziness. If God were to create a man and that man were to sit around and do fuck all, God will frown upon you. It's why you're never lucky. If you're listening to this and you think I'm never lucky, I'll tell you why, because God dislikes you because you're fucking lazy. Start to work. Start to show God the beauty of his own creations. But what is Newton's third law? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Correct. That's the third law. So if I am a man of action, if I'm a man of force, and I force myself into the universe must have an equal and opposite reaction, which means if I force my power into the universe and I focus all my energy on being sexy as fuck, the only possible reaction from the universe is tons of... How can that not be true? Newton said. So it's equal and opposite reaction. The more you put in, the more comes out. And it's the same with money, everything. So if you want more girls, you need to put more energy into the universe. So my question to you is, how are you putting energy into the universe? Is it just from typing on a computer, or are you doing things? Are you lifting weights, going places, doing things? If you force your energy into the universe will give you back. This is how I know I'm one of the greatest men on the face of the planet. The Lord High Jaw protected. The universe has told me the amount of sheer energy I have forced into the fabric of the cosmos. Stop, pause, and rewind. The amount of sheer energy I have forced into the fabric of the cosmos ensures I'm one of the greatest humans to ever walk the face of this planet. And that is why girls get naked on command. You cannot allow your own mind to betray you ever. It has to be 100% on side all of the time. Once your mind is on side, once every part of your psyche is on your team, then you can go and get things done. But the idea of self-betrayal is something most of you are struggling with and you didn't even realize. I don't need the energy to get the work done. I need the energy to tell people I'm going to do the work, and I have to keep my word to myself, which maybe some people find strange, but I think it's pretty simple.
You have to build trust with yourself.
Yeah,
once you trust yourself, you can do the things you say you're
Absolutely. You have to be the kind of person who doesn't lie to anybody, including yourself, especially yourself. Don't lie to yourself ever. Just be brutally honest with yourself all the time. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make the correct move on the chessboard. If you think you're better than you are or worse than you are, you're going to make mistakes. You need to know exactly where you are and all of your capabilities, which once again is feedback, like we said before. So as a thought experiment, we're going to sit here and I want you to actually think about it. How many times have you doubted yourself? How many times have you didn't feel like doing something you knew you were supposed to do? How many times has your mind tricked you into procrastination or being lazy? How many times has your mind convinced you that it was okay to fail and lose even though you didn't try your best? How many times have you sought comfort in excuses? How many times have you betrayed yourself? Panic is self-betrayal. Procrastination is self-betrayal. Laziness is self-betrayal. Lacking motivation is self-betrayal. All of these things are self-betrayal. Most of you, your largest enemy on the planet today is yourself. You are the one who is destroying your own prospects because you don't have your own mind under control. You know, one of the things that stupid people have that makes stupid people quite successful sometimes is irrational self-belief. And the smarter you are, sometimes the harder it is to irrationally believe in yourself. But if you're dumb enough, you can be arrogant enough to have this irrational self-belief, and you will see some people be very successful and you say, how is this idiot successful? Because they're so stupid that they don't consider the idea of failure. Their mind isn't advanced enough. They are not cognitive enough to consider betraying their own being. They only see outside. They don't self-reflect. If you're intelligent enough to self-reflect, you need to do it so that you can come up with feedback so that you can constantly improve, but be very aware of the trouble that can come from a mind that's not 100% on your side. My mind is 100% on my side in all ways. If I have to do something difficult, even if my body can't do it, my mind believes I can do it all the time. And you'd be amazed how much of life, even in the physical realm, is mental. If you believe you can run a marathon, you can run a marathon. If you don't believe you can run a marathon, you can't run a marathon, because a marathon is hard. And by believing in it, by truly believing you can do it, then you will your body to a different level than if you don't believe you can do it. It's the same with absolutely all things. Nearly every word that comes out of my mouth is self-hypnosis. Every word that comes out of my mouth is self-hypnosis. And it's the same for everybody watching this. Every single word you speak is self-hypnosis. Every single thing you say out of your own mouth is almost more important than the things you hear from other people.
Amen.
You can't be sitting there saying, I'm depressed. I got a generational curse. I'm unlucky, bro. You can't be saying these things because you're reaffirming them within your mind. I don't do that. And as many people are going to sit there and say, Tate, you're delusional, you're a narcissist. You go through the world saying you're super lucky and that you're bulletproof and you can do all these crazy things. It's impossible for you to be depressed. You're a narcissist. Perhaps. Look at my life and look at yours. Yep. So let's talk about it let's look at it in pure metrics. Who came from a worse scenario at the start? Who had a worse background? Me. Who's now more successful? Me. Who's happier? Me. Who smiles more? Me. Who sleeps easy at night? Me. Why do I want to think like you? If thinking this way makes me a bad person, but I get fucking fantastic results from my entire life and everybody close to me gets fantastic results from knowing me and everybody close to me absolutely adores me, why would I want to adopt your thinking? I don't want to be my enemies. There's not a single enemy I have that I'm remotely envious of in any regard. Every single one of them has a shit life and a shit existence. Mm-hmm. I already won. God's already punished them. God's already rewarded me. I know these things. I'm the luckiest man on the planet. You have to say these things and you have to truly believe them. So I do believe that if you understood the power of your thoughts, you'd never think negatively ever again. But I think manifestation works in another way. I also think that once you understand all of the bad things and good things that come into your life are a perfect plan from God himself, you're going to be a lot less affected by the bad things. If something bad happens to you, it's part of God's plan. He knows what he's doing. In the end, you're going to be happy it happened. You need to affirm to the universe, gentlemen. You need to wake up every day and you need to talk to the universe as if it was Alexa or Siri. And you need to say, I want to see how good life can get. I've been saying this all the time. And I thought that my life was already perfect 2 or 3 years ago. And still it keeps getting better. Oh, yeah. My life keeps getting better. Now, life isn't a straight line, right? I didn't get to the top in a straight line. I had bumps, bruises. I had setbacks. Yeah, I got cut up. I got stabbed. I had a lot of problems. But here I am at the top. Life's not a straight line. But every single day I say, I want to see how good life can get. And God keeps providing. He keeps making me richer. I retain my wealth. I retain my health. I make better friends. I have amazing relationships. I have love in my life. Everything goes well for me all of the time. I can't explain in human words how fantastic my life is. I wouldn't change a thing. I think the unhappiest people in the world don't have any struggle at all. You often find that people who are struggling but know exactly what they're supposed to do, if they're getting up every day and they're grinding and they're working hard and they don't have what they want yet, but they believe they're going to get it and they're trying their very best and they're dedicating themselves, they're very happy. Perhaps the people who are born with a trust fund and unlimited money and have no struggles in their life and they have no objectives to try and conquer are truly the miserable ones. Perhaps we're built for struggle. Perhaps the human mind and soul and spirit is built to struggle. Perhaps we're built to suffer. I know me as a man, I'm happiest when I suffer. Why did the emperors we discussed earlier constantly try and expand their empires? Because they wanted to struggle. Yeah. They wanted difficulty. Would you play a video game if it was easy? If you could never die? I mean, cheats get boring pretty quick. You play it because it's hard. That's the whole point of it. You're supposed to struggle with it. You're supposed to suffer with it. So I think a lot of people confuse these things and they sit and say, this is merely making me unhappy. Or people ask me about my current legal troubles. Is it making you unhappy? It must be really stressful. I said, yeah, perhaps. But if I didn't have it, perhaps I'd be worse. You know, if I woke up and everything was just perfect, that'd be great for a few weeks. But if you just wake up and nothing ever goes wrong, I think that'd be quite depressing in its own way. That's the beauty of life, is the up and the down, because there's no light without dark. So if you understand these things, it's pretty easy to be happy. And I think if you take these approaches, if you take the approach of manifesting what you want so you're constantly motivated and understanding all the bad things that happen to you are just a lesson and one day you're going to get over it, it's pretty easy to be a happy, contented, balanced person. I don't think there's any serious magic to happiness. I think it's a choice and it's pretty easy to do. It's not the thought that makes the physique. It's the gym that makes the physique. However, the manifestation makes you want to go to the gym. I don't believe it.
Your results reflect your thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. I think it just reminds you of what you really want and it allows you to find energy all the time. If you manifest yourself having a perfect physique, you're going to be a lot more motivated in the gym. Let me tell you something about the universe. The universe is all around us. Even this air right here is the universe. And what I do, this is how I made $500,000 today, is I grab the universe right here. I grab the universe and I squeeze and force. I force the juice from the universe. This is why I'm so fucking juiced. I can do these things. I grab the universe and I squash and force everything I want from it. So if I want to be good at fighting, I just go and I grab the universe and I force it to give me the skill. And I force them the money and squeeze the universe just like this and it all comes out. Nikola Tesla said something very interesting. And it was, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, you must think in terms of frequency, vibration, and energy. And I, for the last couple of years, have been paying very close attention to energy exchanges and how energy is generated between people. When I walk into a club, and even if I don't do anything, I just walk in. Everybody notices. Man, woman, staff, everyone pays attention. They are now aware that I have arrived. Most people are involved in low energy activities. So let's look at the Rihanna thing we were just talking about. If you're Rihanna on stage and all these people are screaming at you, think how much energy and attention. And I'm talking energy in terms of genuine measures of energy, like kilojoules of energy that can like heat up a cup of coffee. Genuine energy is coming her way and she's absorbing it all. And you wonder why all these celebrities look good when they're old and why they're happy all the time. Now, pseudoscience, whatever, but they're absorbing energy and attention from people and they seem to defy age and they're happy. Whereas the people in the crowd are giving all their energy away. What are they getting back? A recording of a song they could listen to on YouTube. And then they go home and they're depressed.
Oh, I really love that concert, but I'm having a come down now, and I'm just sad, and I can't wait for the next one.
And one of the secrets to the universe is learning how to absorb the energy from other people and use it against them. Some people are energy takers, others are energy givers. But when you have a whole bunch of money, you take care of the people you love. And that's the masculine prerogative. And even my brother and I, anyone who's been loyal to us, who's on our team, we monumentally reward. And everyone who ever displayed cowardice or sold us out or made mistakes massively regrets it because they see how well we treat the people who are close to us on the right path, doing the right things. Karma, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is going to teach them a lesson. You know what the great thing about it is? You know, it's amazing what God gives, how the whole world becomes full circle. I like to consider myself a wise old man, and I'm trying my best to encourage and instigate a revolution amongst the youth where men take absolute self-accountability and they believe in themselves and they take responsibility for absolutely everything. As a man, you are most formidable if everything is your fault. If it rains outside and you get wet, that is still your fault. Can you control the rain? No. Could you have brought an umbrella? Yes. You need to blame yourself for all things, the good and the bad. And by doing this, you take absolute self-accountability, which allows you to build a mental model in which you will find solutions, 1. 2, avoid trouble because you know that anything bad happens to you is your fault. And 3, be the most fearsome competitor possible because we're living in a very competitive world nowadays amongst the elites. The people who understand that you're living inside of a fish tank are trying very hard to get out. And you have to make sure that you can outrun some of them if you want to escape. It's an age-old adage. If a bear is chasing a group of people, you do not have to be the fastest one. You just have to be faster than the slowest. The slowest person is going to die. So as long as you're ahead of the majority of people, you stand a very good chance of avoiding slavery. As enemies attempt to attack your energy and lower your vibration, understand this. Power is untouchable. Power may notice, but it doesn't care. Sometimes power is simply not giving. Being a powerful man isn't always about furious anger and instilling fear, meaning sometimes it is. It is one of the cards you need to have in your deck. However, more often than not, when you're in a true position of power, you will play the alternate card, which I'm describing here, as simply not caring. How can you not give a fuck about things? So I'll tell you how. If you're filthy rich, and you have a strong network of people around you who you trust, and you have a good family, and you have beautiful children, you have women who love you, and you have beautiful supercars, you live with your best friends in a compound, you have armed guards, and you're proud of yourself, and you're strong, and you train hard every day, and you're monumentally successful, and all of your dreams come true. And if you want something, you can instantly snap it up. You want a Pagani, you want a Bugatti, you want a $25 million apartment, anything you want, you buy. It's very easy to not give a shit about the opinions of people who don't have one fraction of your success. And what these people are trying to do is drag me, I'm using me as an example, but we can also use it for you. When you have true power, they're trying to drag you down. They're not trying to elevate themselves. They're trying to drag you down, which is a very different thing, because it's amazing how God rewards those who are trying to build and create and elevate, and how it punishes those who are simply trying to destroy and be spiteful and negative. And these people are going to dedicate hours and hours and millions of hours of their life towards a certain cause.
Thank you.
To try and drag people down who they cannot affect because they're already too powerful and too large. And they're wasting their own human experience, and they're not progressing or advancing themselves in any way. They will stay brokies, and we will stay rich forever. So the lesson here is that you need to get to a position where ignoring people is a move in which you're guaranteed success. You can ignore people completely, and they are benefiting you. And that comes from a position of power.
Yeah, I guess on manifestation, is there anything that you don't teach people because it's too strange? Like, are there any unusual manifestation tactics you've used in the past decade, like speaking to moon water or collecting crystals, something weird? Is there anything that you've tried?
It's a good question. I think I don't do anything that's crazy. If I say something, I stick to it. I believe that your word is your bond, and you should stick to everything you say. So for me, the simplest life hack is to make sure I never see myself as a liar. If I say something, I'm going to do it. So if I say I'm going to run a marathon, I now have the energy to run the marathon because I don't want to break my word to myself.
Sure.
Which the hack to that is I don't need the energy to run the marathon. I need the energy to say I'll run a marathon, which is a lot less. But once I've said it, I have to do it. Life is unfair. The primary focus of your energies is to balance the books. And one of the things that's crazy about the world is your mind is one of the few things you can control. You can't control very much else. You can only control your mind. It's the only thing you have control over.